Rafael Nadal has announced his retirement from tennis, and although it is not really that big a shock because it has been in the rumors in the media for quite a while now, it's always going to be quite an emotional shock for the tennis fans and the wider sports world in general, because we've been watching Nadal for the last 22 years or so, and kudos to Nadal: 22 Grand Slams, 14 Roland Garros titles, 92 ATP titles, 36 Masters, 2 gold medals actually, and he's set to try to win one more Davis Cup in addition to his 4 or 5 Davis Cups. So what more can you say? An absolute legend. My favourite moment is actually him losing, but not in a bad way, just being a part of that remarkable match in the 2012 Australian Open final against Djokovic. What is your favourite moment?
For me, it's him winning his first ATP title. And just for the fans out there and the listeners, does anyone know what that title is? I'll give you 2 seconds before I answer it.
Pause the video and play the video.
Sopot, 2004, I believe.
In Poland.
Am I right? 2004
maybe,
in Poland.
Maybe. I know he had a big
Shout
win
out to all our Polish fans.
back in the day in the Madrid Masters when it was actually on hard courts. In this time slot, in what is now the Shanghai Masters, he had a big win. Might have been his first ever Masters title, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong as well. Fact check me on that. My history knowledge about Nadal isn't that great in comparison to Djokovic and Federer. But what an amazing career. There's not much more
I think it's
you can
Monte
say.
Carlo. Monte Carlo 2005 was his first.
Okay, so Madrid must have been his first hard court Masters title. But what an amazing career. What an amazing athlete. One of the greatest athletes of all time. And we'll get into a video soon talking about who are the best athletes, because we recently uploaded, actually not so recently uploaded a video dissecting the ESPN top 100 athletes of all time, and what an abysmal list that was. We'll try to rectify ESPN's wrongs and make our own list, and look out for that on the channel soon. And Ronaldo?
Probably the second best player of all time in each sport, right in front of you there. Ronaldo and Nadal. No, joking. Ronaldo is the GOAT, isn't he? But it's just great to see a bit of camaraderie between them. Obviously, the Real Madrid connection,
Nike advertisements,
bringing them together, Nike advertisements as well, and that cool picture there at the bottom.
And a heartfelt message here. So, Rafa, what an incredible race you've had. Your dedication, passion, and incredible talent have inspired millions around the world. It has been an honor to witness your journey and to be able to call you a friend. Congrats on an amazing career and enjoy your retirement. So, big respect there from Ronaldo to Nadal. Moving on, Djokovic and Federer also have at least liked Nadal's retirement post. Quite a heartfelt video where Nadal outlined his reasons for retirement, thanked his rivals, his fans, his team, of course. Djokovic and Federer, was that their team? Was that the PR? Who actually liked it? Djokovic has yet to actually do a formal appreciation post for Nadal. Federer has.
Why does he have to?
Maybe he doesn't. They're going to see it.
Everyone has to. Fans hate each other. Stop being politically correct and let the man play at the quarterfinal.
They're also going to be together in 10 days or so in Saudi Arabia for the King's Slam, so we'll see how that goes. But Nadal's final loss on Wimbledon Centre Court was against Federer. Nadal's final loss on court, Philippe Chatrier, was against Djokovic. So a pretty good way to go out instead of going out against perhaps Botic von van der Zandschulp at the Davis Cup, which is an upcoming match we'll see in December or November. Botic catching strays, of course. Botic beat Alcaraz, so he's a better player than I'll ever be. Nadal, a legend, and he's shared the arena with other legends. Federer has had this response to say, of course, for Nadal, this relationship has always been a big part of tennis in the last 20 years. What a career, Rafa. I've always hoped this day would never come. Thank you for the unforgettable memories and all your incredible achievements in the game we love. It has been an honor. And you know, some people say it's a bit cringe, their relationship, you know, hand-holding and whatnot, but it's more about the connection they've built over the years. They're not the best of friends. That's what the media tries to create this narrative that they are, but they're not. But they are sincerely in a close tandem based on all the history they have. And that's the same with Djokovic. He does hold this sort of heartfelt connection with Federer and Nadal because they've just battled out on the court all these years, all these hours, as Nadal said, and that has to have some sort of connection that is formed over the years.
Hey, football stars, is your kid holding you back? Time for an upgrade. Soccer Artos, introducing the ultimate football kit. It's sleek, it's bold, and it will make you look like a pro, all without breaking the bank. Crafted with high-quality, moisture-wicking fabric, you'll stay cool while crushing it on the field. And guess what? it's affordable too. Use the code SPORT for 10% off. Grab yours now and dominate the pitch in style. Gear up, play hard, look fly without the hefty price tag.
Moving on to the Shanghai Masters, Carlos Alcaraz also had his own response to Nadal, talking about how from watching him play at Roland Garros to actually playing with him on court, Philippe Chatrier at the Olympics. Just to skim through this in terms of the actual Shanghai Masters, Alcaraz, of course, lost to Thomas Mahach in the quarterfinals of the Shanghai Masters, but he was asked whether or not it actually made an impact on him. And I won't read out the whole statement, but he said he was distracted to some extent, but once he was playing, it was okay. But of course, he said that he was in shock, which I'm not too sure about, because I'm sure that Alcaraz was tipped off to the point that Nadal was at least thinking about retirement. So what do you think about that? Do you reckon Alcaraz was perhaps impacted by Nadal's retirement announcement?
Not at all. Not at all.
Mahach,
I think
great player.
Mahach actually, I think his game suits Alcaraz, but just going back to the point as to whether he would be surprised or not, I think he's definitely surprised. I don't think Nadal made this decision lightly or had it forecast, that he was going to make his decision like this on today of all days. So his statement where he says, I was honestly, he couldn't believe it. Like, I completely believe that statement. Obviously, I don't think he's a professional tennis player. He's won 4 Grand Slams now. I don't think a Nadal announcement is going to affect his performance. But as you can see, it's a changing of the guard that's already happened. And goodbye to the master. Hello to the new apprentice / new king.
New king. On a side note, Yannick Sinner has gone quietly under the rug, but he has secured the first year and #1 finish of his career. And well done to Sinner. Some skeptics haven't really appreciated his wins since the US Open due to a scandal which is ongoing, which we'll get to also in a future video, but is also in the works at Sportic. You never know what you're going to see at Sportic. We got some pretty outlandish takes. Sometimes you guys agree, sometimes you don't, but I'm not too sure if Yannick Sinner should be playing tennis right now. And although I do appreciate his game, however, I do believe that the scandal is bringing a bad image to the sport of tennis. And although plenty of people believe that Sinner is innocent, and perhaps he is, just as Djokovic said, the faster this case is brought forward by WADA, the better. And that's all I have to say. But congrats to Sinner. I'm no skeptic or doubter of his quality of play, and I expect him to at least make the final of Shanghai, where I do believe he will play against Djokovic, who has been going through a bit of a fanboy tournament, albeit a note on those rounds that is incorrect by 1 round. But what do you think about this tournament so far?
Djokovic has actually played incredible tennis. That match against Cobolli, he just looked in control, also hitting firmly, strongly, and through the court, as they like to say. It'll be interesting to see how he goes against Menchik. Menchik's had some great wins, already beating Dimitrov, the 9th seed, and Rublev, the 6th seed earlier in the tournament. But I think that extra day of rest will also hold him in good stead moving forward and hopefully meeting Sinner in the final.
We'll see. He's actually had a lot of rest considering the Shanghai Masters rain delays. And I like to say as well, he said that his performance was nearly a 10 out of 10 against Afudjian. Played very well in both matches. Even against Mickelson, he played well when it really mattered. And he's hitting very hard and flat. Pinpoint accuracy with the serve, with the ground strokes. Very good tennis. Aside from Olympic Games, the highest quality he's brought so far this year on the ATP Tour.
He looks refreshed, he looks clean, and he looks confident and mentally fresh, I think. That's the big thing. And just to say, I think this has been a marvelous marketing stroke by Djokovic. Going to China for the first time since 2019. His fans obviously love him there. He loves the support, and I think that's why he's playing his best tennis of the year, barring probably the Olympic Games.
So we'll see what happens. You never know with Djokovic nowadays. He's amazing, but Jakub Menchik, future potential great, might be a banana skin. So we'll see what happens there. But the big news story out of today is Nadal losing, Alcaraz losing and Nadal retiring. So not the greatest day for Spanish tennis, but it'll be a great celebration of Nadal's career at the Davis Cup, where Spain will be aiming to win another Davis Cup title. And what more can you say? Running out of superlatives for Rafael Nadal's career. And well done to Nadal.
And again, with Nadal's career, 20 years spanning 22 Grand Slam victories, Grand Slam titles at the same Grand Slam, or any tournament. 12 Monte Carlos as well. I think that's a record that will stand long in time. And you know what? Let's be real.
Maybe 12 titles for Djokovic at the Australian Open.
Possibly.
We'll see.
But I think that 14 at a Grand Slam level title, unless Djokovic, the Terminator, continues for another 5 years and wins another 5 Australian Opens, that's a record that he's going to stand for a long, long time, and he will forever be known as the king of clay, or honestly, the god of clay.
So we'll see. So well done to Nadal once again. That is an understatement. But we'll see what happens in the Shanghai Masters. I predict personally a Djokovic semi-final. We can predict it once it happens. But until next time.